Here we have been solving problems on coefficient of variation from last 2-3 sessions, and here from this example we can understand clearly uh, the calculation of standard deviation and its coefficient under inclusive class interval. So here find the standard deviation and coefficient of variation from the following data. So marks ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ, number of students ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ, marks we take it as a class interval and number of students frequency ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So from this data we have to calculate the value of standard deviation as well as the coefficient of variation. And here the problem which is based on the inclusive class interval or inclusive the class interval is given. So in this problem first we have to convert a inclusive class interval uh, into exclusive class interval by taking into account the correction factor. And here the 35 to 36, 40 to 41, 45 to 46, 50 to 51, 55 to 56, and 60 to 61. There is a difference of one in each cases, and we have to calculate the correction factor. So correction factor can be calculated as the average of the difference of 1. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 35 to 36, 40 to 41. ಸೊ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ನಾವು ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸನ್ನು ನಾವು ಆವರೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. 1/2 ಅಂದರೆ 0.50 ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ 0.50ವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ದಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಕರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 1/2 is equal to 0.50. So that should be deducted from the lower limit of the class and added to upper limit of the class. ಸೊ ಇದು ನಾವು ಕರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಆ ಕರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರನ್ನು ಲೋಯರ್ ಲಿಮಿಟ್ಗೆ ಲೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅಪ್ಪರ್ ಲಿಮಿಟ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ದೆನ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ obtain, then we can get the exclusive class interval. Now number of students we have ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು same we have to take it we have to take as it is. ಇದನ್ನು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾನೆ ಅದೇ ಥರನೇ ನಾವು ತಗೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ದ ಗಿವನ್ ಫ್ರೀಕ್ವೆನ್ಸಿ distribution is an inclusive class interval which is to be converted into an exclusive class. So class boundaries, this is also called as class boundaries or the class interval, and converted into exclusive class interval. The class boundaries means 31. ಸೊ 31 ಅಲ್ಲಿ 0.50 ಲೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ 35ಗೆ ನಾವು 0.50 ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅಂದರೆ ಲೋಯರ್ ಲಿಮಿಟ್ಗೆ ಲೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅಪ್ಪರ್ ಲಿಮಿಟ್ಗೆ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಕರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಲೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ 31ನಲ್ಲಿ ಲೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ 0.50, ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು 30.50 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ 35ಗೆ ನಾವು ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ 35.5 ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ 36ಗೆ ನಾವು ಲೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಕರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ 0.50 ಲೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಲೋಯರ್ ಲಿಮಿಟ್ಗೆ ಲೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಅಪ್ಪರ್ ಲಿಮಿಟ್ಗೆ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ದೆನ್ ವಿ ಗೆಟ್ exclusive class interval. So this is the first step is to convert it inclusive class interval into exclusive class interval by the way of making correction factor. So correction factor is equal to 1/2 is equal to 0.50. 1 is the difference of upper limit to lower limit, upper limit to lower limit. So 30.50 to 35.5, 35.5 to 40.5, 40.5 to 50.5, 50.5 to 55.5. So this is what the class boundaries or exclusive class interval. And frequency ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾನೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಸೇಮ್ ಅದೇ ಥರನೇ ನಾವು ತಗೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. And then from this class boundaries we have to calculate mid value m or x. So that can be calculated as already lower limit of the class plus upper limit of the class divided by 2 l plus u by 2. ಸೊ ಆಗ ನಮಗೆ 30.50 ಪ್ಲಸ್ 35.5 ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ 2. ಸೊ ನಮಗೆ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಡಿವೈಡೆಡ್ ಬೈ 2 ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಆಗ ನಮಗೆ 33 ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ಲಿ 35.5 ಪ್ಲಸ್ 40.5 divided by 2, then we get 38. Similarly 40.5 plus 50.5 divided by 2, then 43. ಸೊ ಇದೇ ಥರನೇ ನಾವು ಎಮ್ ಅಥವಾ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. Then in the fourth column we have to calculate d. So that can be calculated as m or x minus a divided by 5. X minus a divided by 5. X or m ಅಂದರೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಮೈನಸ್ ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ಡ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ a divided by 5. So a ಅಂದರೆ ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ಡ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ. So here 48 is taken as assumed value to make the differences. So any value you can take as assumed value, either within the series or outside the series. So usually we take within the series. And divided by 5 means IRC, size of the class interval or difference of the class interval 5. So x minus a divided by I means 33 minus 48 by 5 minus 3. 38 minus 48 by 5 minus 2. 43 minus 48 by 5 minus 1. 48 minus 48 divided by 5 0. 53 minus 48 by 5 plus 1. 58 minus 48 divided by 5 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. So like that. And then now the product of f into d, fd, 2 into minus 3 minus 6, 3 into minus 2 minus 6, 8 into minus 1 minus 8, 12 into 0 0, 16 into 1 16, 5 into 2 10, 2 into 3 6, 2 into 4 8. Now 48 into d for means fd into a d, fd square. So this is the last step in which we have to calculate the product of fd and d, fd square. Minus 3 into minus 6 minus 18, minus 6 into minus 2 18 12, minus 8 into minus 1 8, 0 into 0 0, 16 into 1 16, 10 into 2 20, 6 into 3 18, 8 into 4 32. Now the sum of all these fd square, fd and f. Now the total of fd square is equal to 124. The total of fd is equal to 20, and total frequency is equal to 50. So after preparing this table, now apply the formula. Standard deviation can be calculated by using this formula. Sigma is equal to root of sigma fd square by n minus sigma fd by n whole square into c. Now root of sigma fd square 124 by 50 minus sigma fd by 20 by 50 whole square into 5. Now root of 2.48 minus 0.16 into 5. Now root of 2.32 into 5. Now 1.5232 into 5 is equal to 7.6157 marks. So this is what the value of standard deviation. Similarly, arithmetic mean can be calculated using the formula x bar is equal to a plus sigma fd dash by n into c. Now the assumed value 48 plus sigma fd dash 20 by n, total frequency 50 into c, size or magnitude of the class interval 5. So by simplifying this, we get the value of x bar or arithmetic mean is equal to 50 marks. Now coefficient of variation can be calculated by using this formula. CV is equal to standard deviation by arithmetic mean into 100 equals sigma, or standard deviation 7.61 by 57 divided by arithmetic mean 50. Already we got into 100 is equal to, by simplifying this we get the value of CV is equal to 15.23%. Now take another problem. Following are the marks obtained by two students A and B in 10 tests of 100 marks each. So here in the first column tests ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ and marks obtained by students A and B ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ. So with this given the data, we have to calculate the who is find who is better, and if consistency is the criterion for awarding a prize, who should get the prize. So from this data we have to calculate uh, who is better, and who should get the price based on if the consistency is the criteria. So here the coefficient of variation uh, can be calculated is to be calculated separately for both A and B. So here the given values means the marks obtained by student A is to be calculated separately, and here given values x first column ಅಲ್ಲಿ x ತಗೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. D ಕಂಡುಹಿಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕು. D can be calculated as x minus a, and here assumed value is to be used to take the difference of all the given values. So here a is for a is assumed value 60 is taken as assumed value. So 44 minus 60 is equal to minus 16. 80 minus 60 20. 76 minus 60 16. 48 minus 60 minus 12. 52 minus 60 minus 8. 72 minus 60 12. 68 minus 68. 56 minus 60 minus 4. 60 minus 60 0. 54 minus 60 minus 6. So by therefore we then make the product, make the square of d. So d ಕಂಡಿಡಿದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು d ಸ್ಕ್ವಯರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಬೇಕು. ಸೊ d ಸ್ಕ್ವಯರ್ d into d, the here d square minus 16 into minus 16 256, 20 into 20 400, 16 into 16 256, minus 12 into minus 12 144, minus 8 into minus 8 64. So likewise uh, we have to make the squares till the end of the d, and here we have to make the sum of d square and d. So sigma d square is equal to 1380, sigma d is equal to 10, and sigma x is equal to 610. So after preparing this table, then apply the formula. Arithmetic mean uh, can be calculated as x bar is equal to sigma x divided by n. Sigma x is equal to 610 by n. So here, because this is an individual series, so under individual series, the formula to calculate arithmetic mean is sigma x by n, where n is equal to number of items or number of observations. Sigma x 620 by n 10 items is equal to 61 rupees. This is what the value of arithmetic mean. Now uh, similarly, standard deviation can be calculated as sigma is equal to root of sigma fd square by n minus sigma fd by n whole square. So here you can use the formula. So excluding f, because this is an individual series, that's why you can you can apply the formula sigma is equal to root of sigma d square. ಸೊ ಎಫ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನೀವು ಡಿ ಸ್ಕ್ವಯರ್ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಬೇಕಾದರೂ ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡು, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಸೀರೀಸ್. ಸಿಗ್ಮಾ ಡಿ ಸ್ಕ್ವಯರ್ ಬೈ ಎನ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಸಿಗ್ಮಾ ಡಿ ಬೈ ಎನ್ ಹೋಲ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವಯರ್. ಸೊ ಎಫ್ ಡಿ ಸ್ಕ್ವಯರ್ ಬೈ ಎನ್ ಎಫ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋರು ನೋ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್, ಬಟ್ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಸೀರೀಸಲ್ಲಿ ಎಫ್ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಸಿಗ್ಮಾ ಡಿ ಸ್ಕ್ವಯರ್ ಬೈ ಎನ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಸಿಗ್ಮಾ ಡಿ ಬೈ ಎನ್ ಹೋಲ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವಯರ್ ಅಷ್ಟಾದರೂ ಕೂಡ ನೀವು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ರೂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಿಗ್ಮಾ ಡಿ ಸ್ಕ್ವಯರ್ 1380 ಬೈ ಎನ್ 10 ಮೈನಸ್ ಸಿಗ್ಮಾ ಡಿ 10 by 10 whole square. So here sigma d 10, therefore root of 1.38 minus 1. So therefore root of 137. So square root of 137 is 11.70 marks. This is what the value of sigma. And coefficient of variation can be calculated as CV is equal to sigma by mean into 100 is equal to 11.70 by 61 into 100 is equal to 19.18%. This is what the value of CV. CV is equal to sigma means standard deviation by arithmetic mean into 100. So this is the way in which you can go for solving the problems on the coefficient of variation under both the under the methods of individual series, discrete series, and continuous series, without getting any confusion.